So my name is Sarah Hornbeck, and we're at Standing Rock Farm, and this is Molly, an orphan cow. And in the springtime, I rehabilitate fawns. Okay.
And how did you get into that?
Actually, someone dropped off a fawn that they fed and put them in with the cows, thinking that the cows would protect them, I think. But Angus are really, really protective, especially when they have calves. So they all ran after the fawn, and my husband jumped the fence and got it and brought it home. And I started bottle feeding it, and it definitely knew how to eat. So somebody was bottle feeding it. I showed someone that I was taking care of it, and they said, Sarah, you can't, you have to be licensed to do this. So then I called around to see if I could get someone to take it, and it took a really long time. It took like about a week, and I called every rehabber, and they either didn't call back or they were a bit full. So that's when I decided, then I'm gonna do it. So I started off with fawns, and then once I did that, then people started calling for bunnies and
Emus? I don't know. Is that an emu in the back?
That's emu. That's emu. We have Fred. We have two. We have Fred and Fred.
Were they rehabilitated, or
No,
they're just?
No, I hatched Fred out of an egg for my science class. So yeah. This is my, I believe it's my 6th year doing fawns. They're like non-releasable. Then the DEC makes that call, so we have to call and say like if one, I don't know, was blind. I've taken over well over 200 calls for fawns that people think are orphaned. But so I spend a lot of my time educating people that they're probably not orphaned. There's like a 5% chance that they're orphaned. So I do a lot of I spend a lot of time on the phone saying, let's see if they're really orphaned. We figure out if they're truly orphaned. And out of those plus 200 calls, I had 6 this year that were truly orphaned. That one, the police officers brought me, they saw a car accident and saw the mama got hit, and they were able to take the baby off from the side of the road. I know that they're a prey animal, so she knows, especially when they're under a month, to they hide them in any place that they think is safe. It could be the side of your house, it could be next to your car, it could be next to your driveway tree, in your garage. I got a couple calls with fawns in people's garages. They're precocial, so they're very active at night, and when the baby's with them at night, it's dark and they think it's a safe, quiet spot, and then the sun comes up and it's like your garage.
So what are a few things that you can tell the public to educate them about how to determine whether it's maybe just orphaned or just
hiding?
Yeah.
The biggest thing is if they do this bleat call, it's like mat mat. That's what they call to their mom to tell them I'm hungry, which is normal. But when they're calling consecutively for like over an hour, that's when I start paying attention, going, why didn't she show up yet? And sometimes she'll notice people and she won't go feed the baby even though it's crying, because she sees people and thinks it's a predator. But it's over time if it's consistently crying. Another way is if they haven't nursed for 24 hours, the tips of their ears will start to curl as they dehydrate. So that's a sign often that they're starting to get dehydrated because they didn't eat. Another sign is, which is kind of gross, the flies will start to accumulate all over them as their body gets weaker. So a lot of times I get fawns that have been truly orphaned that are covered in maggots. The flies lay eggs all over them. So it's really looking at the animal. You don't want to get as close as you can, but just checking out the ears, seeing if it's like in distress, like frazzled, freaking out, and that's really when if you find one, you should just keep a watch if you can for like 24 hours. So I'm the only person that I know of in Ulster County. Email is a great way. My email is Sarah Aspen, SarahAspen @yahoo. And as soon as I get your email, if you leave your phone number in it, I'll call you right back. Okay.